Okay, we are going to do adjectives that compare. We're on day 3. First, let's review what we've talked about. An adjective describes a noun. If you haven't gotten that by now, well, then I don't know what to do for you. You can use adjectives to compare two nouns, and that's what we've been talking about the last 2 days, just comparing two nouns. However, today we're going to talk about comparing more than two nouns. So here we go, comparing more than two nouns. When adjectives have one syllable, add est. So I am the fastest girl in my 3rd grade class. So the noun that the adjective is describing is girl. But there is more than 2 girls in the 3rd grade class. So we have to change it to compare more than 2. So fast is one syllable. It changes to fastest. My cat is the slowest eater in the family. Out of all the things out of all the eaters in the family, the cat is the slowest. Slow is one syllable. I add est. When adjectives have 2 syllables and end in y, drop the y and add iest. That's like what we did with adding ier, but this is when there's more than 2 nouns. So you were the happiest student in the classroom when you got an A on the test. The noun the adjective is describing is student. Out of all the students in the classroom, you were the happiest. Happy is 2 syllables. It ends in y. So happy becomes happiest. For adjectives that have 1 syllable and end in a single vowel plus a single consonant, you double the last consonant and add est. That is very similar to what you did yesterday, but you just added er yesterday. When it's more than 2 nouns, you add est. So he got the biggest piece of cookie cake. Wow, he was lucky. Out of all the pieces, he got the biggest. Big is 1 syllable. It ends in a single vowel and a single consonant. So we double the G and it becomes biggest. For adjectives with 2 or more syllables, you add the word most before the adjective. So instead of the word more, when we compare only 2, when we compare more than 2, we use most. So the movie star had the most beautiful smile on the magazine cover. Out of all the smiles, she had the most beautiful. Beautiful is more than 2 syllables, so we add most before it. Here, help me with this one. That bone is the blank item in the museum. The adjective we're using is old. So out of all the items in the museum, what do we do with old? Old is 1 syllable, and it ends in a consonant. There's no vowel, so it just becomes oldest. What about this one? The purple clown is the blank act at the circus. Well, the adjective we want to use is funny. Funny is 2 syllables, and it ends in y. What do we need to do? We need to drop the y and add iest. So the purple clown is the funniest act at the circus. Out of all the acts, there's more than 2. He is the funniest. What about this one? The old lady gave the blank donation of the day to the charity, and the word is generous. Generous has more than 2 syllables, but it does not end in y. So out of all the donations, she did the most generous donation of the day to charity. On your flipped classroom homework sheet, you're going to complete the sentence with the correct form of the adjective in parentheses. Pay attention to how many syllables it is. If you need to double any consonants, remember we're doing more than 2 nouns, so it's est, iest, est, or most.